PM English news brought into you live by RTD channel. Here are the top stories. Tanya Tege Dudarfij, this Malaysia victim of a four-way return in good health to the country. That was the headlines, and now welcome to the national news. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Marmagali, was sent today, Wednesday, a message of congratulation to his French counterpart, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, who is the country celebrating the anniversary of its National Day. The President said in a statement on the occasion of the National Day of the French Republic, friend, I have the honor to address to you and through you to the people of France on my personal behalf and on behalf of the people of Djibouti. My warmest congratulations wishing to in this period of renewal much success and prosperity in your new road, the President of the Republic. He continued by saying, I would like to especially renew the commitment of the government of Djibouti to continue its action for the deepening of our bilateral relationship and cooperation, particularly in the trade and economic share, in order to consolidate our strategic partnership. He continued, President Gelle, the head of state of Djibouti, was then put to use this message to rejoice in the interest of its new French counterpart for the preservation of peace and stability in Africa. Mr. President, I would like to congratulate the President for your commitment and in the service of peace in Africa. In the sentence noted, the President Gelle before to renew his wishes of success to the new President of France. After 6 months of convalescence and rehabilitation in specialized hospital of Paris, the small Aishasman Adosh, who was among the victims of an attack, found to refuge again at the zoo of Duda last January, returned to the country accompanied by her parents, Isman Adosh, Omar and Zahra Ibrahim Abdu, and her little brother Daoud. The small Aisha arrived yesterday evening, all fresh and cheerful. Recall that the small Aisha and Isman Adosha had been seriously injured during a class trip to the zoo of Duda by a phone. The companies of the school group and young boy of 7 years have committed to their injuries after having been evacuated to the General Hospital of Ability. Amidst the parents of the little Aisha have wanted to answer our question, they have rendered thanks to the Almighty the God and have warmly thanked the President of the Republic, Ismail Margili, and the First Lady Khadra Mahmoud Haid for their support and all the assistance provided for the restoration of their little daughter. Thanks to the context of the President of the Republic, the small Aisha was evacuated 4 days after the accident to Paris to receive adequate care in hospital in Paris. Exactly from the Father, translation, grace to God, today we are going well. We cannot forget what the President of the Republic and the First Lady have done for our family. He is thanks to them that we went to Paris to treat, say, our small Aisha with access to specialized care. Everything were very well. He is in January that they were in Paris at the bedside of our little girl. He is the President of the Republic and the First Lady who have supported you in us financially. We also thank, he say, all the government and the people of the Djibouti for their thought and prayers. And the nightmare is, and we now say, Aisha is under treatment and his state of health improving day by day and require a permanent following up. With respect to the mother of the small Aisha, she indicated that her child is today safe and sound, and that her health require a permanent follow up. Exact from the mother. I am the mother of the small Aisha. What has happened is an accident. I thank the God, the mother is passed. We extend a health thanks to the President of the Republic, Ismail, as well as the First Lady, Khadra Mohammed Haid. I am pleased to find my country with my family. We were absent for 6 months. My little girl was treated in one of the best hospitals in Paris, 2 months in care and 3 in rehabilitation. Since then, she was under continuous observation, but her treatment was not finished. The evaluation of this statement of health must be referred regularly to the treating physically. Frankly, we do not think that the Aisha was going well. The small Aisha was between the and date after the attack of the 4th. The first of the kind recorded in this evaluation was made 2 victims, but fortunately the small Aisha came out the same depart of life. The Republic of Djibouti took part in the 44 section of the Council of Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the Organization Islamic Cooperation (OAC) on the theme of for youth, peace and development in a world of solidarity, which was held in Abidjan under the high patronage of the Ivorian President Mr. Alassane Ouattara, who delivered a speech at the opening ceremony. The Republic of Djibouti is represented at this important meeting of 2 days, but the ambassador to Saudi Arabia and the permanent representative of the OECA and Edin Market, the ambassador of Djibouti to Rabat, and the president of Abidjan, Ibrahim Bile Dole, during this conference, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the OSCE, the different delegates present have worked on a number of topical issues such as the situation in Syria, Palestine, Yemen, Libya, Mali in the center of Africa, also the situation of Muslim community in non-member states, in particular that of the Myanmar, and the fight against terrorism and religious extremism, or still like this and Islamophobia, and the interreligious dialogue regarding the Jewish. The Council of Ministers of Foreign Affairs and consider and adopt also a resolution on the border dispute between Djibouti to Eritrea. He has invited all member states to ensure the full implementation of the Security Council resolution 1997-2009 of the United Nations as a means to increase the pressure on the Eritrea to bring an end to all activities threatening the security and stability of the Republic of Djibouti and the region. The conference also commended the effort made by the government of the Republic of Djibouti in order to put an end to the violence by peaceful means. Also, the resolution urged Eritrea to provide necessary information on prisoners and other missing persons during the class with the opposite the 2 countries from 10 to 11 June 2008. On the other hand, the conference was held at the 2nd day of the conference of meeting of reflection on youth, peace and development in a world of solidarity, or heads of the delegation examined one civic engagement of young people for a greater participation in the policy area, social, economic, as well as in the making of decisions that shape the national and international scene. The role of information technology and communication IT in the advancement of civic engagement and economic impact of the young people. 3. The role of the empowerment of young people in the fight against radicalization and violent extremism. 4. Initiative and ideas flow young people to become catalysts for social change and to engage in their community. The Organization of the Islamic Cooperation (OAC) is the 2nd largest intergovernmental organization of the United Nations, with the 57 member states covering 4 continents. The OAC, whose headquarters is located in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, was created on 25 September 1969 as a result of the fire criminal of the Al-Gaza Mosque of occupied Jerusalem. The embassy of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in Djibouti has proceeded this morning signing a memorandum of agreement with the Hospital Al-Rahma in Djibouti. The signing of agreement has been initiated by the representative of the Center of the King Salman for Humanitarian Affairs, Mr. Muhammad Ali Ammar, with the director of the Hospital Al-Rahma to Djibouti, Dr. Muhammad Al-Sharkawi, in the presence of the Lord of the Matter of the Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Djibouti, Mr. Kamil Shisha, and the deputy to the director of the Complex Al-Rahma, Mr. Khalid Abdurraj, recalled that this convention is signed each 6 months between the two parties to support Yemeni injured who are treated in the Hospital Al-Rahma of Obo. The Center of the King Salman for Humanitarian Affairs support all Yemeni sick or injured who are established to the King Al-Makari in Obo. The director of Hospital Al-Rahma, Dr. Muhammad Al-Shawaki, explained that the Hospital Al-Rahma signed with the Center of the King Salman for Humanitarian Affairs every 6 months this agreement to treat the wounded Yemenis has in his Hospital Al-Rahma in Oboh. He added that almost 1,000 patients had wanted and taken a load each month the Hospital Al-Rahma in Oboh. He recalled that the number of Yemeni refugees is 3,000 to 5,000 who are in life to the camps Al-Rahma of Oboh. The Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Djibouti today presented a donation of medicine to the Department of Health. These drugs are intended in different hospitals in the capital and the region of the interior. The drugs presented this morning was held in the presence of the representative in the Central King Salman for Humanitarian Affairs and is composed of a Phoenix centenarian complement the number of 7 centenarians in total given to a smoke screen by the Saudi Arabia. In total, the Department of Health has received 8 central of drug. The signing of the remission of drug took place in the office of the director of the KM, Mr. Mahdi Abdullah Musa, or being signed the document of surrounded by the Inspector General of Department of Health, Mr. Saleh Benoita, the director of the KM, Mahdi Abdullahi, and the representative of the Center of King Salman for Humanitarian Affairs, Mr. Muhammad Al-Ammar, in the presence of the President of Saudi Affairs in Djibouti, which has clarified that the Central of Drug Delivery today comes to count 7 sanitary handed to the screen to the Department of Health. He added that these drugs are indeed for different Egyptian hospitals. This 3-day workshop for key team introduced and concept of the base of the statistic system for monitoring the statistics of the national policy of the implement more decorate. This workshop, patronized by the Secretary General of the Ministry of Labor and the Administration Reform, saw the participation of the Executive Secretary Lord of the Reform, the Administration of the Technical Council, the Ministry of Labor, and the Coordinator of the UCA, Mr. Ali Muhammad Kamil, the Deputy Director of the NBC, without forgetting the Director of the INEB, Mr. Sharmaki. The ceremony saw the participation of the President of the Republic and the Djibouti Football Federation, Mr. Suleiman Hassan Wapari, and the Secretary General, Mr. Yusuf Ahmed Green, and the President of the Arbitratorate, Muhammad Mumin, and the Head of the Department of Arbitration, Adan Roble, and the representative of the Kuwait, Christophe Shuror and Nima Khair. Finally, the President of the Djibouti Football Federation, Mr. Suleiman Hassan Wapari, has received a donation of sport equipment for the arbitration from the representative of Kuwait company, Mr. Christophe Shuror. This gift was composed a t-shirt, shoes and a wish list. In his intervention, Mr. Christoph has indicated the importance of this arbitration in the championship of football. In the framework to promote and develop the regional sports, putting in place the regional league, a delegation of senior officials of the Secretary of State for Youth and Sports returned to the White City in order to meet the regional staff of the department. The delegation of CG organized a meeting and first conducted with the young people and Tejura represented by the leaders and officials to discuss the establishment of a regional league which have the objective to offer young people the means to move. After the meeting, the team led by Riga Abdul has proposed to a donation of sport equipment to different league of youth territory. This ceremony of the distribution saw the presence of the assistant warden and representative of the regional council as well as the vice president of the regional league. That's it for tonight's news. Thanks for joining us and have a wonderful evening.